What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. I hope you guys were able to tune into the newest Twitter podcast that appeared on Twitter, the Brian Renfro Show. It had a whopping season of 2 episodes. Pretty interesting. What did Renfro tell us? Well, basically nothing, but he is going to fight like hell. It only took him to hear 60,000 letter carriers, probably 80% of them that didn't vote for him, tell him that his tentative agreement is shit. All right. And now your boy is finally understanding that we're not playing games. So what did he say in his second video? Well, he said he was going to fight for the things that we've been making noise about. Okay, he wants to get rid of Table 2 and bring us back to Table 1. And he wants to get rid of the CCA classification. And what does that say? Well, I think it's just a lot of noise, okay? Lately, I've been offering stances, okay? And I'm going to take another stance here. And I'm going to say that the Postal Service is going to ride this out to February 18th. And we're not going to get a second tentative agreement. All right? All they are going to do is follow the rules. They're going to play the game and do what our Constitution outlines. At that point, we will be going to interest arbitration. That is my stance. That is my belief. And with that, it is what it is. Okay? One of the biggest takes I'm getting from older carriers are, well, now if we go to Table 1, what do they get? Because they're already maxed out. And that is a fair point. So in the tentative agreement, the maxed out carriers were going to get a raise today, or as the day that the contract would have been ratified, and the new carriers were going to get a raise at the end of the tentative agreement. Okay, so what happened was everyone in the middle was just going to get the 1.3. So now what happens if they get rid of Table 2? Well, everyone in Table 2 is going to get a raise, and then Table 1 is going to be a little upset. So the more and more I'm learning, you can't really please anyone. You can't really please everyone in these contract negotiations, right? But I do have a solution, okay? And the solution is to start to look forward to our 2026 convention. Okay, I have about 400 solid people on this channel, okay? That's 400 possible delegates, okay, to vote against a 2026 Brian Renfro being our president again. Okay, but there are certain guidelines that you guys have to follow in order to be paid delegates to the convention. Anyone can be a delegate if you want to pay out of your own pocket, and you have the available AL to request off for leave. But if you want to be a paid delegate to the 2026 convention or any convention, you have to be a shop steward. Okay, and chances are you have to attend every single meeting that year. Okay, so right now we're in 2025, we're in February, so that brings us to steward elections coming up real soon. Okay, so this is the opportunity for everyone that wants to make a change, okay, and wants to just get away from all the BS. Okay, there's news articles. US Today is making the letter carrier look like we denied a great contract because we're giving a parental leave, and they highlighted anything that made the Postal Service look like they offered us a great contract. Okay, but what they failed to realize is the concessions that the letter carrier would take. So if you want to fight back against what the media is showing the American people, if you want to fight back of what Brian Renfro is selling the American people, if you want to fight back for everyone that thinks that the letter carrier is being greedy, okay, you have to do that battle internally. And how we do that is by changing the shape and the direction of our union. And the most expedient way that can be done is going into the convention, right? At the convention, they will basically announce the candidates for our new president in 2026, those who will be running. And it's fine if we don't agree. That is 100% fine. We do not have to agree on everything. All right, guys, I have a different outlook towards life. I'm 33 years old. I'm looking towards the next 30 years in this career, okay? There are people that listen to me who maybe have another 5 years. There may be people who are retired. There may be people who are just here to troll, okay? And then there are people here who are 18 years old that is just starting his career, and they maybe have 40 years ahead of them. So we all gonna have different ideas of what the longevity of this career should be, and the paths that will lead us to where we think is right. With that being said, being a delegate is probably the most beneficial thing that you could do for the union. One, because I think I could take a stance here and say that I do believe that a majority of the people that do watch just don't want Renfro to have that opportunity to run again in 2026. So that's where we stop that. Okay, now if you do get to the convention and you happen to support James Henry or Mike Caref, it doesn't matter. They're both good candidates. Okay, in my opinion, I think James Henry is a career politician. Okay, I think he is closer towards retirement. I don't think he is going to do much more than what the old brotherhood has been doing today. Okay, yes, he is a fighter, but he has been around Washington and Washington knows him. So I don't think that he is going to be that militant, controversial figure that is going to go against status quo. Okay, I do think Mike Caref has some of those qualities, that he is willing to risk something today for a bigger reward tomorrow. Again, that is my opinion. But then there could be a total new candidate that we have yet to discover, who is younger than both of these guys, who can probably be our president for the next 15, 20 years, who can risk something early in his career to fight for the letter carrier and not scared because he has not too much invested. Okay, so what happens at the convention is the voice of the membership. Okay, and as we see what happened in Boston, the membership leaned towards the old brotherhood. They supported Renfro. They wouldn't go forward with his charges. They protected the NALC top brass. Okay, I think that if we have table one, I think that if we have table two converted into table one with this time in this contract, I think that a lot of table two carriers the younger carriers in table two will take a stance towards changing the union, because now they have seen that they've been rewarded for their work. And I do believe that people need some type of reward to keep going. Okay, when we set goals in our life, our personal goals, we have to set deadlines, and we have to meet them, and we have to set shorter goals in between, or else the big goal seems unattainable. So what this contract tentative agreement essentially did was bring the union together. Okay, we can thank Brian Renfro for that. He did bring our union together. He'd open up the eyes of both young and old carriers. Okay, but now we have to think about the future of our union and the future leaders. Okay, now I'm not saying someone in their 50s today can't be a leader. You know, you guys are gonna be beneficial with the experience of on the hand job training, right? But we do need militant young minds that have new ideas and can see how artificial intelligence is going to play a huge dynamic in this career in the future. And we need some of those fresh minds in national leadership. We do need our leaders that are going to be strong, but we do need smart kids too. Okay, and this all comes together with the support of people that support the union as well. But just having 26 years as a city letter carrier, 26 years as an officer in the NALC can no longer be the prerequisite to be up there on national. All right, so what am I saying here? What I'm saying here, this is the time where you take a stance. And it's not to separate yourself from your brothers and sisters, but it's to set the ship on a course for a dock. Okay, so that we know that we have a destination in a timely fashion and that we will reach it. Once we get to the dock, we could reorganize and see what are the big things that the union needs to fight for at that time. But right now, I think we need to worry about what's going to happen in 2026 and the contract that's going to be happening then. And we just need to stand behind one particular candidate, even if we don't agree particularly with everything that they stand for, just to save the union from where we are today. I don't know if that makes sense, But if it does, keep tuning in. I'll be back soon. Until next time, I'll be here. You'll be there. Peace.